Yeah, no, dude, it was a long day yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do it, so I just did last night's watch list video and called it evening. Kind of talked about market recap. My bad, brother. Good morning. I know I'm aware of the fear and greed index, but I don't really trade off of it. There's really nothing to gather from it. What's greedy can get more greedy, and what's fearful can get more fearful. So, I really try not to pay attention to stuff that can't really move the needle on your portfolio. What's going to move the needle on your portfolio is what you buy, where you buy it, when you buy it, how much of something you buy, how patient you are with the things that you own. Those things are going to move the needle a bit more. So the rest I kind of just try to ignore. Everybody's got an opinion of, fear and greed because the stock market's gone up, right? That's what you want if you're bullish. But I guess is being too bullish a bad thing? Who the hell knows? I guess the $1 million question is how well are things moving away from your average when you bought it? IREN looks good, but it is a bit extended. I'm going to be a little more cautious on how aggressive I'm going to be on pretty much anything new still. But yeah, this has got a nice daily, just a touch extended. Daily looks just fine. 60-minute looks nice. TOST did make it possible. It had a really nice pullback. I know people probably chase TOST, which is not the thing you want to do. But I waited for the morning pullback, which it gave, and then I bought the 620 setup right in here. So it worked well, and then it closed well, and now we're gapping up just a little bit overnight. So yeah, that one worked out well. PGY EP. Yeah, but it's too extended here. Maybe high volume close setup, but even still, I don't know. This has just been straight up before that move. Thoughts on Netflix? We'll see how it reacts today after the earnings. Obviously it went nowhere, and now it's kind of cracking lower. Does this take down a name like Spotify overnight too, or this morning? I'm not sure. Yeah, DraftKings looks pretty interesting. Yeah, DraftKings not so bad. Yeah, will QS ever stop? It's possible. It's possible QS stops. I mean, this thing has been taking some massive volume. You know, volume's what moves price. So if the volume's going to keep up, who knows, man? Super action. Yeah, this thing took on massive volume yesterday. Maybe over 20 bucks, keeps going. AS has been going sideways for so long. It needs to get going here too. It's a very tight chart. It needs to just get going. Ideally, you know, today. It's just been kind of grinding higher. Thoughts on Bitcoin? As crazy as it sounds, it's lagging. It's lagging Ethereum. Really wouldn't have thought you'd hear me say that. I personally won't enter AS. I just don't like the price action. But if I did, over 40 bucks seems like a really nice spot. Yeah, if Bitcoin's trending higher, I could look to take IREN. A-Lab, I know, I don't want to jinx A-Lab either. Nice move yesterday. You know, this one's just 100 bucks. Over 100 is good, below 100 not so good. Seems pretty simple. I think GFAI will be the next runner. What gives you that impression? Because it's got the letters AI in it? I mean, it's possible. Sometimes that's just a good enough reason. Would I consider app officially broken out? Yeah, I thought 360 was the right spot. Now we're gapping up over that. Yeah, Galaxy was good to be bought 2 days ago. Galaxy right here, right over prior day high. 2170, something like that, even 22 bucks. Yeah, I mean, I already own CCL, but I am looking at it for some potential ads as well. UMAC is a drone name. I mean, this thing's acting not too bad after they had an offering, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, so far so good on the volume that's come in here. PGYN also had a pretty big day yesterday. I think they're also drone related, if I'm not mistaken. Think script. And I've just been using it longer, so I'm, much more familiar with how to navigate it and create the tools that I need here. Lucid traded some massive volume yesterday. Yeah, I mean, gigantic volume yesterday. Wolf, it'll move with the group. Wolf will move with the group. Wolf will move with IREN, Mara, Hut, Cypher. Yeah, Wolf I didn't think looked too bad. Yeah, these should all just move together. Oh, man. Thoughts on STNE? Just a little check back to the breakout area. Could be good as a higher low as well if it were to take out yesterday's highs. But who knows? Do I like NXE? This is like a uranium name. No, this one kind of reminds me of DNN and UEC. And these are actually already kind of pushing out. I don't really think too much of NXE. The laggard in the space, it looks like it's lagging. Yeah, Futu, I had this thing on the watch list 127, and now we're 154, and then Baba 109, 122. Wow. Yeah, these things are acting a whole lot better. So that's nice. Yeah, it could be. High volume close setup on Lucid could be pretty decent. But it's got to get going, I don't know. All this thing did was churn a ton of volume yesterday. And apparently they want to do a 1-for-10 split or 10-to-1. I'm not sure. A DPRO. Oh, no. Oh, that just happened, huh? $25 million registered direct offering. That's terrible. Imagine being in this thing feeling so good last night. Or even if you bought it 2 days ago, like 450 or something like that. Oof. Just gave back most of the gains. What do I think of NTEES? Gappy. Look at the daily. Well, two things I don't like with NTEES. I'll tell you what they are. One, it moves 1.34% per day, so it's very slow. And then two, it's very gappy. You got a gap, 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 you got another one, another one. I mean, how many more daily gaps does a chart need to have? U's not parabolic yet. And Rocket Lab's getting there. And really, I don't know that I want to short these at the moment. QS maybe. Joby, a little bit better. There's a few of these, man. There's a few of these that are just going vertical. Archer pulling back too. Yeah, wow. Was there news on Archer for it to be pulling back this hard? No, there isn't. AEVA. Yeah, I mean, it made such a massive move that this is healthy. It's just trying to build out a new base. Yeah, no, I don't want a name like Neo. Why would I want Neo when XPEV is better? What happened? What is it? I mean, is there anything I can do about it? Yeah, Lee looks like it's starting to work too. Yeah, I don't know why. Why would I want Neo when there are better? Yeah, what? Neo looks terrible in comparison to both XPEV and Lee. No, SBET's not a long in my opinion. Just be careful with those names. SBET looks like one that goes back to teams in my opinion. MSTR, it's fine. I don't know that it's not a long here either. I don't think. It was a long on 7-9. MSTR on 7-9 was a whole lot better. Because SBET's selling a ton of paper, dude. They're diluting. Yeah, 10-1 reverse split on Lucid. That would be good. I thought Futu was great. I thought Futu had a huge base, 127. I thought it was good right in here too, coming out of the tight day, but really out of the base 127 was better. App Lovin over 360 looks pretty good. Circle, a little bit gone here. Yeah. 204 to 209 was a nice spot. Anything beyond that, this thing moves too quickly. Do you really want to try and get yourself into something up 20% in 2 days? PTNM? No, I didn't even look at this one yesterday. That looks pretty disgusting. Hong Kong. Yeah, CRISPR. Yeah, big move. CRISPR. It's been acting well lately. What the hell happened to MEIP? So thin. Jesus, the games that are played. Yeah, hopefully TOST doesn't decide to do too much shaking around and it just goes. IBIT small gap down overnight. CCL looks fantastic. ARK and Kathy for the win. How about 4? Shift 4 payments. 4. 4 is cool. 4 looks fine. What about 5? 5 looks pretty good too. 4 looks good. 5 looks good. You own Roblox from 107. I mean, yeah, let it ride at this point, but you got in right here. You should be trimmed, and then I just let it work from there. I mean, we're kind of getting into the parabolic move of the stage, so or parabolic stage of this move. I would be a bit more apt to make sure that I'm trimming, more. Make sure you're all trimmed up, and then just let it ride on like a 5 or a 10 day, which is above your average now. ADUR. No. Dude, this thing trades $3 million a day. Who's actually trading this thing? Don't try to trade names nobody else is trading. When a stock trades $3 million a day, nobody's trading it. $3 million a day is just entirely too small. Couple 100,000 shares a day. You really want that headache? AOI is fine. I don't know if it's really lagging COHR, but yeah, a little bit, I guess. It looks all right. AOI is starting to look really good. No, it's not the volume that matters. It's the dollar volume that matters. Right? If a stock is like a $10 stock and trading 300,000 shares a day, that's not so good. That's like $3-4 million. Like, that's not good. But if it's Melly and it's trading 1 million shares a day and the stock is $2,000, well, then we're having a totally different conversation. Nope. No, I'm just buying. I'm not using. I'm at my desk, so I don't need buy limit orders at the open. I'm literally just at my desk working. So I'm if I'm not seeing it happen in real time, I don't just like haphazardly have orders out there. Just maybe that are gonna get filled or not gonna get filled at the open. CDE looks okay. 50 simples catching up. More importantly than silver or CDE is how is silver acting? It's been a little choppy on this right-hand side of the base, but, you know, maybe something coming up soon for CDE. No, no plug. This is a no. Let it establish itself above the 200. This thing's been in a downtrend for forever. Could it go? Yeah, it could go. But for now, it's probably best you stay away. Yeah, I've looked at IREN. IREN, Hut, Wolf, Cypher, Borrow, Riot, Clean Spark. All of them look halfway decent. AMTM, recent IPO. Yeah, this looks okay. Don't know that I love it. I don't know much about them. Do I like DraftKings? Yeah, DKNG looks cool. Isn't FLUT? So FLUT's FanDuel, if I'm not mistaken, right? FLUT's been working pretty well lately. Yeah, Fox. I continue streaming in the room. So kind of going over what's happening in real time and trades I might be taking or things I'm seeing in the market with a bunch of students. Sedge, yeah, Sedge looks interesting as well. Just needs to finish setting up. You know, 27 and a half, $28 could be interesting for this thing. You know, we bottomed on bad news, right? We had bad news that they were getting taken out, like solar names were getting taken out of the like that clean bill or no more tax credits or something like that, and then instantly just got bought back up. QBTS, a lot of these names that have made these pretty big moves, you know, over the past few days, you know, even a QBTS or on no news, just kind of staying heavy here this morning, slowly selling off, even on a little pickup in volume for pre-market, and even something like an Archer doing the same. No real news for the sell-off, just a slight pickup in volume recently. Kind of odd, but GS Goldman, yeah, looks good. I thought they looked good over down here. I don't know if you. No, you're not. Well, unless you follow me on X, I mentioned JP Moore. Unfortunately, I got shaken out of this thing like a true clown. I own this thing 268, if I'm not mistaken, on 610, and just a few days later, I got stopped out. And then, of course, 270 was the spot to rebuy it, and super nice move. Unfortunately, I was already out. Do I like ASX or too slow? Yeah, it's too slow. Moves 2% per day. Yeah, APLD starting to look a little bit better. And gapping up a little bit this morning. 1140s. Yeah, APLD did get saved indeed. Let's see if it can just finish building out the right-hand side of the chart a little bit. Looks like Bitcoin names are getting pulled a little bit here. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Newegg. I almost shorted this one the other day too. I almost found myself short on this thing up here. That's starting to just go a little too ridiculous. But didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. You know, even this price action, just don't know how I really would have gotten involved other than into a parabolic. And that's kind of uncomfortable to hold, you know, parabolic into the overnight. What do I do if a stock breaks out midday? I buy it. I'm at my desk, man. I'm at my desk. So it's not like I got anything else going on. You know, hang out with the dogs, got a big house, play with them in the backyard, set alerts. I'm at my desk, dude, like all the time. So anything that I like truly have on watch, I'll even have alerts on if I'm not going to be at my desk so that, you know, I don't miss it. Yeah, Corey, definitely not the market at the moment to be shorting rippers. I got to agree with that. But, you know, there comes a time when a little too much is a little too much. Right? You go up 1,000% in 20 days. You know. Oh, man, I'm loving this standing desk. Yeah, I'm loving it. So far, so awesome. I was standing for like 2 hours yesterday. But my body's still a little sore from building the damn thing. It's a lot of work, man. It's a whole lot bigger than I thought. Building it was a pain in the ass. What else do we got happening over here? UPST, crazy base. Affirm two's been acting better. Affirm, UPST. Yeah, this thing's just building higher lows now, which is nice to see. Affirm too. Oh, I just bought from Uplift. I just bought the 70. It's like the 80 by 78 black bamboo, and then like all the little, like, I don't know, everything else. Everything else that comes with the desk. Yeah, but like even on parabolic short entries, you like a first red day setup, you still want it to close fairly weak. Right? You don't just want to take like a parabolic short and then it just keep grinding higher. Like you want it to show some weakness and then stay a bit weak. Yeah, NU's been acting better. Brazilian bank, yeah, it's been acting better. I don't know that I would buy this here just yet. Could be ready in a few days to try and get yourself in. Looks good. Made a nice huge move up, really big move up, clean move up, and then new base. Looks fine. Yeah, Tesla trying to work its way back. Tesla looks pretty damn good too. COMM looking good. I remember this one over here, actually, speaking of looking good. And then it broke out as well. Now we're just reflagging. Yeah, I was watching this thing on this move up, and I was like, wow, that's impressive. And then it just built a whole new base. It's one of those small caps that you look back and it's much higher in time, probably. Yeah, COMM looks good. It's just like a little bull flag into the 20. Yeah, but I just don't want to. So I might take a little piece into that big overextension, and then I'll be watching level 2 for some kind of fail. Ideally, you see some big bids, and then those start to get taken out. That's the ideal scenario. And then you'll crack VWAP intraday, and then you'll stay heavy for the rest of the day, and then you'll risk off highs, something like that, as like a first red day setup. I think that works. Yeah, Wolf and Hut, they're nice, but they're a little bit laggy. And then you want to be one. IREN's a bit extended too, still. So you don't want to get too ahead of yourself. Now Joby coming down too. So Joby and Archer. Rigetti and QBTS. Interesting. Little profit taking this morning on the extended names. Yeah, IREN is a flag, but too extended from the 50. I thought ANET has been good for a little bit. I've been keeping my eyes on ANET for a few weeks now, it seems like. I thought 7.9 was decent. I thought yesterday was decent. I don't love it. I mean, I made a mention of this thing when it got over its 200 because I thought right here was a pretty decent setup too. So going into 626, that it kind of reminded me a little bit of CLS. And, it's probably one of those that ends up going back to highs would be my thought in a healthy market. You're an ASTS at 52. Damn, dude, you chased the hell out of this thing, dude. So you're in at 52, but you didn't like it at 26, or you didn't like it like at 45? No, Max, with my time, brother, it's like one-on-one is impossible. I already feel like I give a ton of people one-on-one just in the room or every day here or after hours. It would just be too much of a time commitment. Plus, you don't want to try and pay me hourly, dude. It's just not worth it. Because I don't, $1,000 an hour is really not going to cover my time, which is kind of crazy to say, but it's kind of what my hourlies I make more than that trading. So I'd rather spend it with my dogs or my fiance or a group of students in a room. Yeah, the infinite money glitch, shorting Chinese turds. It's crazy. Those things have almost paid $1 million in 2 trades. How nuts is that? Yeah, Rigetti staying a little bit heavy here this morning. A lot of these are slight little pulls. Pony, yeah, Pony's been interesting. Pony made a big move. And they do autonomy. A little deep down in the base. Let it start showing a little bit more strength again. I don't know that IREN triggered yesterday. These still have some these still have some breaking out to do. You know, I look at IREN and I wouldn't call this a breakout if you're still underneath 7.3s high and 7.14s high. Right? Like if you look at just the 60-minute chart or even, you know, zoom out a little bit more, the 4-hour chart, it's still within these little wicks. Speaking of, guys, I do got to get ready. Yeah, QS is pretty insane here. I got to get ready for stream though. I do appreciate you guys. You guys are always awesome with the questions. I'll see you guys. You guys trade them well today. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you guys bright and early Monday morning. I think Reddit's lagging a little bit. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys on Monday morning.